Hello and good evening, my name is Morgan and I bid you all welcome back to Risen. Been a while, I was focused on other projects for a bit and had a lot going on in IRL world, so we're back at this. And today we're actually going to be able to leave the monastery. We've gotten Illumar? No. What's his name? I don't remember. The big honcho mage is allowing us to finally leave. We just gotta let Palace know that we have permission.
I'm allowed to leave the monastery.
This is the word of Master Ignatius?
That's the one.
Master Ignatius gives his permission.
Then the gate shall be open to you from now onwards.
And it is just wide open. It's open to me, but apparently nobody else is able to just walk right through it. Any dang way. Now, when we came up here, I ignored a lot of the things on the way up, specifically because I knew we were going to be back out here later, and that's when I decided I would deal with them, including this guy. We did not complete his mission to discover what's making spooky noises out in the woods here. So, I suppose it's about time we find out. It's good to know it hasn't killed him yet. What it turns out to be is some gnomes. Now, fair warning, we've dealt with gnomes before. But boy howdy, when I was doing a test run earlier, they gave me some trouble. Now, what's annoying about them, strangely, I don't think you can actually block their projectiles when they just throw random garbage at you. They're also incredibly annoying with the way they hit. Very hard to land hits between theirs. So you kind of have to wait until you're sure they've stopped attacking and then just kind of lay into them. And that's, of course, very hard when the dang bastards on the side won't stop throwing shit. Dodging them consistently is pretty difficult because they are quite fast. But they don't block reliably, so it tends to work to just... Once you're sure they're not attacking, just going for a 3-hit combo. You'll probably land a few. But they also don't really have the ranking that I've previously discussed that other enemies have. They also kind of get really janky. And they will not really combo, but just reinitiate the same attack repeatedly. And the way they strafe will give you a lot of trouble, so make sure you have some potions on your quick bar. See, look at that shit. No wonder Bryn was so afeared. These things are actually quite nasty. Look at him. Boy, I hate them. I can't wait until we actually get some magic. Now, when it comes to the Inquisition Warrior, I'm probably going to show that off in the next episode just because I haven't prepared it yet. And there's not a whole lot to see as far as how it differs from the mage initiation. And another thing I want to show is the alternative way that I was not aware of on how you can make the fight with Master Eric a bit easier. But anyway, we'll get to that. What are you up to? Uh-oh. Now, what is the button for just floating? Not that. Oh, never mind. Made it. Let's save before I have another tragedy.
I've dealt with your monsters. You have nothing to fear from the shadows anymore.
Really? Those horrible things? You faced them?
Yeah. They were gnomes.
Gnomes? Are you sure? They sounded a lot bigger.
Well, there were a few of them.
Listen, don't tell anyone about this. The boys will never let me hear the end of it. It'll be nomads in my bed for weeks.
Sure. I won't say a thing.
Where the hell would they dig
Thanks.
those up?
You're a pal.
And a bit of gold. But that's it. More importantly, the thing we're really out here, or the things that we're really out here for, are tests for the maestros. Let's start with the one down, all the way down. I'll mop up some enemies as we go, though. I haven't dealt with these yet. Oh god, wolves. Dealt with. But yes, the Master Cyrus has sent us to recover the artifacts dug up by Severin's crew. But we also have to track down the two novices down there who Master Abrax has sent to find him some specific plants. And in the meantime, find those same plants. We shall do that.
Another tomb.
There are so many these days, aren't there? Now, one thing we're gonna run into... I was kinda sorta holding off on the quest from Walter, the smith in town, to collect all the bags of tools dropped by the gnomes. Because that is a quest that's going to take you pretty much all over the island. You're going to have to hunt down every gnome you can find. And the thing about this quest... Oh my god. This guy knows what he's doing. The thing about that quest is it's one of the ones that doesn't get any quest markers on the map. So no matter how tedious you find it, you don't really have a way out. That said, the reason I kind of wanted to hold off is because I really wanted to kind of see if I could do them all in one go. Make it easier to show them off. But in the process of doing at least one of these quests, we're going to end up killing some gnomes. Now, just so you're aware, those gnomes over there, I'm pretty sure have one as well. But, yeah, if you take a look at the quest journal, this third tab here for quest map will show you important locations for whatever quest you have selected. But you'll notice that this one, it only has Walter as the quest giver shown. So you can't use this to quickly mop up all those. But I shall mark them as we go so that we know.
I've come from Master Cyrus.
And? Are they finally ready up there? Can we send up the crates?
Yes.
Good. Then I'll get things moving.
There's something else.
Yes? What is it?
Master Cyrus wants to have the special artifacts immediately. I'm supposed to take them to him personally.
Those are important pieces you're talking about. How can I be sure you won't run off with them?
What happened to trusting people?
Distrust comes with experience. Why should I trust you?
Well, as we know, there are no passwords here.
So, he'll rip my head off if I come back empty-handed.
Ah, now that sounds like Master Cyrus. Fine. I'll trust you. You better take the artifacts to him before he gets nasty.
Indeed. We got an old disc. Looks old and fragile. We also got a ring. I believe the staff fighter ring? Which means I don't care. That guy's got some bullshit. Now, you may recall that we ran into Kraban and Sirius here before, and Sirius, for some reason, was exclaiming that Kraban had gone missing, in spite of the fact that he was sitting right here, because his dialogues are not flagged properly, and he has that first half of that before you get the quest and before Kraban actually disappears.
Master Abrax sent me to check up on you.
Really? Well, I'm still all right. But I'm not so sure about my friend Kraban. Kraban and I were both sent out gathering plants. Oh, God, I wish I'd never come to this wretched island.
Calm down. Take it easy. What happened?
Well, Kraban and I were both sent out gathering plants.
I know that bit. What happened next?
That's the thing. I remember we decided to split up.
Not the most sensible plan in the world.
We thought we'd find the plants faster that way. But then I heard all these strange noises. Horrible they were, and I haven't seen him since.
Did you look for Kraban?
I'm a novice. I collect plants and copy manuscripts. I'm not setting foot in that forest again. I can't go into there and fight. Whatever is in there, I'd rather stay a novice for my whole life than be a hero for 10 minutes.
I don't understand why he was told to fake a stutter for this particular character, and it is incredibly annoying because fake stutters are just one of those voice acting tropes that drive me nuts because nobody does it well. Nobody sounds like a natural stutter.
Why haven't you returned to the monastery?
Believe me, if you saw Master Abrax when he was angry, you'd think twice too.
I'll keep an eye out for Kraban. In the meantime, give me your plants.
Why do you want those?
Do you want to collect the rest of them?
Good point. I'll gather up a couple of things and be on my way.
And for pity's sake, keep to the path. When did you last see Kraban?
In the forest, just before we split up.
And when was that?
A couple of days ago. I don't know exactly.
Well, his name may be Kraban, but you sure are craven. I did not deal with, grave moths. This guy, Derry, is worried about his pigs, so I guess we'll do this while we're here. These things are quite annoying. In fact, I'm not sure we will. You can do it now if you want the XP. Frankly, fighting them in melee is starting to get really annoying. So I kind of want to wait until we have superior firepower. So, trick to exploring the woods. First of all, you'll notice a very annoying animation quirk. The forward left strafe with the bow does not quite work. But, as you'll probably recall from the Gothic days of yore, the best technique to staying safe in the forest is to have a ranged attack of some kind out so you can spot enemies when they pop up. It's a little bit more precise in this game than it is in some others, but better than nothing. Oh, tricky boys. Oh, slippery. Owie, owie, owie. Almost no-hit that, but alas. So he doesn't give us a lot of clear direction on where in the forest he is. Or where they split up. And the forest is quite a big place, but it is just about here. And we got some more gnomes. I do love the detail that they throw whatever the hell they have. And have so many random objects that they can throw. They throw books, fish, bones, jars. I don't trust you, you flanking fool. These guys really annoy me. They just do not play fair. Stop. Look at that fucking maneuver. That is some zoning. Apologize, I can see that. Oh my goodness. Microphone was clipping during those exclamations. You little shit. Pretty much have to wait until they start backpedaling or sidestepping to be sure that they have stopped attacking. Since even if they don't do combo attacks, they always attack faster. Anyway, that's the first tool bag. And unfortunately, this is what remains of Craven. Anyway, he has another acrobatics ring of all things. We got one from Nelson, and Craven has one as well, and I believe we found one at some point. So, isn't that something? Anyway, right here on L map, that is the first, so I'm going to mark these as we go. Unfortunately, cannot mark them in-game, so I will simply have to make a PNG of that. And pop it up in editing. So I suppose we might as well let Cyrus know that he abandoned his friend to die.
I need some rest.
Nope, guess we won't. I presume he'll make it back someday. Let's grill up some meats. Alright, so we're heading back up the hill. Because we have to follow Master Ignatius's quest. To find the novice who he sent out with a magic crystal that he couldn't fucking use. So who knows what the hell he's doing out here with it. But, let's take a peek around this corner. Now, one thing I wanted to mention, I've been kind of holding off because I knew I was going to get to this ore vein eventually. But, I was informed of a trick, a very simple exploit. I mentioned that periodically when you're mining ore of any kind, you'll get a little bonus of an extra gemstone. And it turns out, that's not a random chance or anything, it's just every third time you mine something, you will get the bonus. But the master programmers of Piranhabytes had a little oversight where it's every third time you do it after launching the game. So if you only, say, mine one ore vein or even 2 ore veins every time you launch the game, you will never get the gemstones. But it also means you can simply save scum it.
Great.
And behold. So if you're a little bit patient, then you can consistently get those extras. It is an exploit, of course, but very simple and obvious one, so Not one I'm terribly ashamed of using. Thank you to a commenter by a man named Brian Kadzaban, if I'm pronouncing that right, who mentioned that some time ago, and I only just now really had an excuse to talk about it. Unfortunately, we have quite a few things between us and our objective. So we gotta mop up out of here.
Here's some more ore.
I'll be honest, I can't be bothered doing that exploit every time, so I'm gonna leave that one be. Now, we got a real nasty critter between us and that cave there. This guy, we've seen one before in one of the ruins, but we used the environment to our advantage. We don't really have that luxury here. You'll notice he's quite tough. Barely takes any damage from our piddly little arrows. Apologize for that weird scan line effect there. Another annoying thing about these guys, they can actually block attacks directly from the front. Their extra chitinous forelegs. So that's annoying. Something we have to manage. They also attack quite fast. That makes preemptive dodging or reactive dodging a bit tricky. Ow. So one of the things you can try and do is just sort of face hug them and try and strafe around them, but like many enemies, they like to back off, so it's tough to pull off. Once you can get behind them, lay in as many hits as you can get it before they turn around. See if you can kind of try and stay behind them by landing a few hits and doing a side dodge. But just getting behind them to start with is really annoying. What you can try and do is wait until he does the leapy attack. Strafe that. Just stay strafing the whole time. It's usually the best time to get behind him, but when he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't want to do it. Otherwise, you can just kind of button mash. Try and trade hits. If he blocks it, then whatever. Alas, there's not really good, reliable melee strategy for these. If you do have power attacks, though, you can obviously break through their guard. We don't have that, because I'm not going for melee skills with this character. So, we just have to kind of rely on him just dropping his guard now and then. You cheating ass! Dealt with. Those guys, you can't take their wings for some reason. Right, another ruin. What has risen? We got more gnomes! Now here at least we can kind of funnel them a little bit. Try and use this doorway. So that the little shites don't try and flank you. Alright. So we have a right path and a left path. A flip a coin tells me that the left path is a safe path. I will never trust a coin toss again. So clearly the right path is the way to go. Alas. I love that you just completely disappear. So, it would seem neither path are safe. But there's a bit of a trick. Now, when you see these spiky platforms, there are two ways you can kind of get through it. One way is if you use a Nautilus spell, you can kind of sneak through between the things. Actually, I don't think that's true. It is not possible Nautilus between the spikes, according to my notes. I, for some reason, keep thinking that's true, keep testing it, finding out it's not true. And yet, next time, I still think it is. So, even though the Nautilus could clearly fit between those, he cannot actually get through it. But we can hop over them, because the hitbox is basically just on the ground. Now, Nautilus spell would get you through there, but it does not get us through this doorway, so it doesn't help a whole lot. What you have is a choice between using the Nautilus to get to the other side there, or a telekinesis spell will find the lever on the other side there. So whichever spell you find is less worthwhile, you can actually see the lever on the wall there. That not only opens the gate, but also disables the traps. So whichever spell is less valuable to you, go ahead and use it here. Personally, I don't use the Nautilus as often, because there usually are scripted events where it's given to you. I always forget how you unactivate it. We can hear a Gnomi. And there's our wayward novice. Avenged. And he had the fire crystal. That will be our fire crystal going forward, so that's nice. And we have the magic bullet crystal. So the only one we're missing is the frost. And put the rest of the fire. And we can turn in these last few quests, and this will wrap up all of our tests for the mages, which it does seem that you need to accomplish them all, other than the fact that that one for St. Vitus there about the trust, which I swear I've never completed that before in my life, so apparently that one's optional. Anyway, we got artifacties for you.
I talked to Severin.
And?
He's sending more crates to the monastery.
Good. Time is short. Time is short.
I got the artifacts from Severin.
Good. Good. This disc looks peculiar. Ancient. Ah, yes. This may interest Mendoza. You've done well.
Does well mean a reward?
You can take one minor artifact.
Sweet. Ring of the Staff Fighter, which is the one we just brought him. Berserker Scroll. Or Small Ruby. I'll take the scroll.
I'd like the scroll.
A basic strength aid. You can use it but once. And please remember, strength isn't everything.
But it is something. Oh yeah, that's Abrax. Then we'll finish off with Ignatius.
I've brought you your plants.
Well, that was quick. You have performed well. Consider my test passed. But take this as an incentive to learn. You can go far if you study.
Thank you, Master.
What news of the novices?
Sirius is returning as we speak. I found him near the forest.
Good. I think Sirius will need training for further assignments. Here, this is for you.
I'm sorry. Craven is dead.
A shame. A mistake. I underestimated the danger of his task. Here, this is for your effort.
What can you teach me?
Right, well that's it. What a shame. Now, Sirius, I believe you find him sweeping these chambers forevermore. But for some reason, he doesn't seem to actually head back until you talk to Abrax.
I have recovered the fire crystal.
I never doubted your skills. Once you are ready, we will begin your study of crystal magic. Soon we will be able to accept you into the convocation of mages.
Master Pallas did not offer me a test.
Then he must consider you have progressed sufficiently already. Let us consider that matter over.
I would like to point out another dialogue inconsistency, which is he says he'll start teaching you crystal magic, but that's not actually true until you fully join the mages.
I have completed Master Abrax's test.
Another step along your chosen path.
I delivered the artifacts Master Cyrus required.
A job well done. Those artifacts may reveal secrets important to our future.
I have solved Master Vitus's riddle.
His teaching methods are unusual, but effective.
Master Illumar has taught me how to create scrolls.
An art which may save your life. I hope you paid close attention.
I have completed the tasks you set me.
Yes, I heard from my brother mages that you did well. You are ready for initiation. We must make the necessary preparations.
What sort of preparations?
The initiation requires you to carry a mage's staff. Carlson can provide you with one. Go to him. Return here, and I will accompany you to the Hall of the Flame.
Master Ignatius, what will be expected of me at the initiation?
The Inquisitor will ask you some questions, but do not worry, it is not a test. Simply answer as your intuition tells you to. Then you will swear fealty to the convocation of the Holy Flame.
And that is all I will need to do?
That is all.
Well, well, we have come far in such a short time. Now, fair warning, if you complete the initiation now, it will cancel the murder investigation. So we absolutely have to make sure we do that first. But I guess we'll get our staff from Carlson, in spite of the fact that we're not going to use it.
Master Ignatius sent me. I need a mage's staff.
You got far fast. A member of the convocation now. That's pretty incredible. Well, here's your mage's staff, and well done.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. Only way that's gonna save your life around here is if you know what to do with it.
Well, well. So, on the topic of the murder investigation, I don't remember quite where we left off. We got the list, and I think Casper just told us... Oh, see, here he comes. All serious. He just told us to question everybody whose name was on it. Why don't we take another gander at it? Casper, Taylor, Ash, Enzo, Harlock, Tucker, Carlson. Oh, geez. I should not have said those names in that order. That was tragic. Anyway, I think the only one we haven't talked to is... Tucker?
What can you tell me about Hemlar?
Hemlar? Never got to know him. He's been here longer than us, so he didn't talk to new recruits.
You must know something about him.
Well, he spent a lot of time with Harlock in the kitchen.
And?
Harlock isn't the sort that talks much, but apparently the two of them had things to talk about. But you'll have to ask Harlock what it was.
Indeed. Him and Harlock seem to have a lot going on.
Tucker says you talked with Hemlar quite often.
He came here a lot, yes. He liked good food.
Good food?
Yep, if you want to know. We talked about cooking. Stews, soups, pastry, meat. Hemlar wanted to be a chef.
You expect me to believe you were exchanging recipes?
Believe what you like.
You're acting suspiciously.
You're acting like a loudmouthed cock.
I want the truth. Other people will just go with perception, and you're a pirate. A pirate whose knife was used to kill someone.
Doesn't mean I did it.
To some people, it'd be enough to earn you the noose. So, do you want to help me find the truth? Or get hanged for playing the tough guy?
Hell's storms, I'm a cook, not a fucking pirate. I've been a cook for years. I stopped. I came here, Oh, for fuck's sake. Hemlar was an idiot. He got caught up in stuff. I was trying to help him.
I'm listening.
He got his deliveries in the cemetery. He used to meet someone there at night. They did deals. He was earning. Thought a few gold coins made him important.
I need a name, Harlock. Who was Hemlar's partner?
He never said. He had his secrets. I don't know. You want to know what his favorite food was? Yeah, I'll tell you. He didn't tell me who he dealt with.
You could have told me that earlier. Saved yourself some hassle.
Yeah, once again, you only make things more difficult by keeping secrets that really don't matter to you. I mean, Hemlar's dead, so you can't really protect him anymore, can you? But more importantly, I have to point out, I hate this stupid cauldron. Nobody has ever made a cauldron by riveting random misshapen pieces of metal together. That thing would leak like a mofo. Cauldrons were made by casting a single piece. Anyway, so, well, we got a little feedback from him. I honestly forgot what he said. I was so distracted by that cauldron. Got his deliveries in the cemetery. Well, we've been able to get into the cemetery. That invitation seems to be permanent, in spite of the fact that this guy he only got one soup from us.
I'm looking for Hemlar's partner.
Partner? You think he was, you know, with one of the novices?
No, he was dealing Brugal weed.
Oh! Well, I wasn't his partner. It wasn't me, if that's what you wanted to know.
I heard Hemlar used to come to the cemetery regularly. What do you know about that?
He was here, but so were a lot of people.
You weren't supposed to be letting anybody in, though.
Who did Hemlar meet with in there?
No idea.
You're a terrible gatekeeper, you know that.
I stand here day and night until my legs drop off. Now I get abuse. It doesn't matter if it's pouring rain or I'm freezing my balls off. I stand here and do my job.
You must have seen something.
It was dark. What could I have seen?
If you did your job, you'd know who went in.
No one. If I let people in, I'd be back turning over the dung heap. So get it clear. I didn't let anyone in.
It was dark. So, someone did come and they came at night. What else?
Nothing. Hemlar came here at night. That's all. You're not losing me my job.
You will lose your job if I talk to the masters and they have to come down here. Let's try this. You take a bribe and turn a blind eye to what's going on in the cemetery.
You've got no proof.
And you stink of guilt.
I'm screwed, aren't I? If I talk, you've got to put a word in for me with the masters.
Tell me what you know about Hemlar.
Hemlar was in the cemetery all the time. He met someone there.
Who was that?
I don't know, honest. Hemlar always slipped me some weed to look the other way. That's what I did. You know how lousy guard duty is.
The only thing I can tell you is that he must have met one of the novices. That's all I was able to make out.
Take a look at this list.
But I didn't see anything, I told you. It could have been any of the novices.
Think hard.
Well, you can cross Enzo off. I'd have recognised him. Stinks of scrolls and study. Walks like there's a broom up his arse. It wasn't him. The others... could be. I don't know.
Big help you were. So we know that he met somebody in here, which is absolutely no new insight. But there is something that I've very specifically overlooked before. This suspicious patch of light brown dirt.
A little more for me.
Behold. And within, some gold. Well. We found his goods. And we do have his package. But we still don't know who he was dealing with. So why don't we debrief with Casper.
I found something on Hemlar's partner.
What?
Hemlar used to meet someone in secret. A novice.
That eliminates Harlock, Tucker, and Carlson. What else do you know?
Enzo wasn't Hemlar's partner. I've a witness who'll state that.
Then that just leaves Ash and Taylor.
What can you tell me about them?
I never thought that much of it before. But Hemlar and Taylor used to fight a lot. No idea what about. Could be. It was about their business.
Now you tell me. You didn't think that was important?
Hey, calm down. Like I said, I didn't think anything of it. Scuffles happen. People are tense.
Well, that could have saved us a lot of running around, but everyone has a lot to say once we've ruled out everything else. Old Taylor's shoveling shit, just like he should be by the sound of things.
I've heard that you had arguments with Hemlar.
What are you saying? That I killed him? I never touched him.
You were seen in the cemetery the night he was killed.
So?
So, that makes me suspicious.
Damn that Hemlar. He's dead and still making my life miserable.
Just tell me what you know.
Okay, so I saw Hemlar in the cemetery. He was always heading there late at night. Rumour was he hid his gold in one of the graves, but turned out he was meeting someone. Didn't see their face.
Why were you there?
The grumpy bastard was overcharging me for Bruegel. He knew I needed it, and knew I was nervous about getting caught. I wanted to pay him back.
So you killed him?
No! I was hoping to find out if the rumours were true about the gold being hidden there. So I followed him. But he just had this secret little meeting and left. Went back to his room, and his mystery friend disappeared into the upper part of the monastery.
The upper part?
Well, naturally, I couldn't follow him. I'm not allowed up there.
Well, upper part of the monastery. Well, we know another novice who Casper suspects, who happens to be up here.
Let's have a little talk, you and me.
About what? I know nothing about anything.
Well, I know you were supplying weed to Hemlar.
That's a lie.
You're the only novice with access to the upper area of the monastery and to the cemetery.
So? What does that prove? So?
So, I have a witness. You keep lying, this will only get worse. But I can help you.
All right, all right. I did get the Bruegel for Hemlar, but I didn't kill him. I swear.
But you know something about it.
I only know Hemlar was being threatened. Maybe someone didn't like him dealing.
Who threatened Hemlar?
No idea. And I don't want to guess.
I'm not looking for someone who stole a bowl of stew. Hemlar is dead. I'm looking for a murderer, Ash.
You want to know who killed Hemlar? Do you really want to find out?
Why do you think I'm here?
All right. You sell Bruegel weed yourself. Whoever killed Hemlar will probably come after you.
Are you trying to help me or get me killed? All right, give me the Bruegel weed.
I can't believe I'm just handing my gear over. Here's the packet. There are 10 smokes left inside. You'll have to sell or give away enough rolls to make it clear you're the new dealer. Oh, and Hemlar sold his Bruegel for 50 gold coins a roll. It'd be a good idea to stick to that if you want to avoid hassle.
That is extortionate.
What do I do once I've sold all the Bruegel?
That's up to you. Wait, see if the killer does something. Up to you. If you're lucky, they might talk to you, find out more. Or they might just take their chance.
Like he did with Hemlar.
It'll be when you go to sleep, or get in a bath. Any time you're off guard, that's when I'd do it. Only it wasn't me, right?
Right.
Want to buy a smoke?
I gave them to you. And I've had enough of that brain-melting stuff to last a lifetime.
Listen, man, we're trying to keep up a facade here. It's funny that he gives me his stash, considering I have Hemlar's old stash that I'm not allowed to bust up and sell for spare parts. But that is our objective. We have to sell all the rolls so that we kind of out ourselves as the new dealer.
Would you care for some Bruegel weed?
The path to enlightenment through that is but fleeting.
Well, he is not receptive. Anyway, I think that'll happen next time. We are going to wrap up this mystery in the next episode. And I will probably take care of the Warrior of the Order side of it, so I can show that off as well. But until then, have yourselves a wonderful week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and goodbye.